Hello and welcome to the halfway point of the International GT League. Vitman G takes an 11-point lead over May. Racer not far behind there, leading the chasing pack. Let's see how they all get along here at Interlagos. Here we are then, it's Vitman G that takes pole position, Racer the second, May in third. Lining up on the grid here in the sunny Sao Paolo in Brazil. It's lights out and away we go. It's a fantastic start from May, who actually looks to jump Vitman G going down into turn 1, and he has. May, so he's managed to get from third to first, and he's done them both Racer and Vitman G. In fact, Frosty's got on his way past Racer. Now is Frosty going to be able to carry his way through and keep the momentum going? There's Squeaks getting a bit all over the curb. He's up in 5th place. In fact, that's Melon and Ninja, and in fact there's Raiden and Intercy and Robbo going 3 wide, coming around out to the curve of the Sol. Here's Hubba Fragging to try to get down the inside of Crazy Buttocks, but now Hubba Fragging to try to get down the inside of his teammate Ninja in the Ninja Hobo Racing team, and down the inside goes Hubba Fragging, tries to make the move on his teammate, and they go side by side as they bang wheels as they come out of turn 4 and now rise up the hill. And I think that's Melon just dropping all the way back to 10th place. Raiden stepping in for Foxy at the last minute. Here comes Raiden trying to find his way through. Hubba Fragging still sits behind his teammate Ninja, and in fact there's contact between Racer and Frosty as Racer tries to muscle his way through, and he's got himself ahead of Squeaks. Squeaks and now drop back to 5th place. In fact, Racer gets on the grass and he's hit Squeaks and Racer goes off, and Racer has indeed been reset, and that's dropped him a long way down the order. There's Robbo and there's NCC trying to find their way through as well. Raiden's moved all the way up, starting at the back. He's moved up to 9th place. Now there's TNT in 5th. 4th is Squeakers. 3rd is Extra Frosty, and at the front is Vitman G and May, who lead at the end of the first lap. Impressive stuff then from May, who managed to get from 3rd to 1st off the line. What a lightning start he had. Now leads championship leader. 11 points is the gap, is the point deficit between May and Vitman G. And here comes Vitman G to try and get around the outside, the championship leader. He pulls out and he's trying to go around the outside into turn 1, and that's not enough. Vitman G doesn't quite make the move there into turn 1 around the outside. There's Squeaks trying to get past TNT, and now Squeaks is still trying to get past TNT. He gets a bit of a wobble on coming out of the second corner, out of the centre S, and here's TNT then still trying to make his way through. Melon, M3 guy, there's Crazy Buttocks, B028 and NCC in 13th. The white topped Subaru running their jet black livery for this evening's race. We've got NCC now 13th behind the Volkswagen of B028. Crazy Buttocks trying to catch up to Hubba Fragging, and it's not quite enough at the moment. Robbo's in 12th, 11th is Crazy, and in 10th is Hubba. Here comes Robbo, tries to find his way past. He tries swapping position. In fact, that's Melon to be losing the position to Ninja. Ninja makes his way through. Raiden's actually gone all the way up to 7th place. So a great start from Raiden. He just looks to be on the charge. From the offset goes Raiden. He's moving his way up the order. Goes the season 3 champion. As he tries, in fact, there's a car gone completely off. It's Hubba Fragging. I think Crazy Buttocks might have gone a bit problematic as well. Now Robbo's all over the back of the American, trying to find his way through to breach into the top 10. NCC's dropped to 13th. The two Porsches have dropped to 11th and 12th yet again. Now then, here comes Hubba Fragging. He's on the back of B028. And so then, who's going to come out on top now? We've got B028. And now that's Raiden on M3 guy in the last Mercedes is about to be overtaken as Raiden goes to the inside, coming into the final corner and onto the main straight. There he goes, there goes Raiden, and he's through, and Squeaks at the very same time makes a move. Raiden onto the driving line. Melon comes down the inside, and Ninja as well at the same time, and Ninja loses a position. However, Melon loses a position as he comes out of the first corner. Ninja is going side by side with them. Squeaks, Vitman G, May, Frosty's actually managed to move his way ahead of the Peugeot driver. Vitman G's dropped down to 3rd place. Extra Frosty's out in a second, and it looks like he's going to try and continue moving forward and going to continue to move his way up the order. There is May now, who leads with Extra Frosty second. In fact, side by side coming out of turn 4 is TNT and Squeaks. TNT's through. Melon looks to try and make the run on Ninja, and that doesn't look to be enough. M3 guy in all of this is just ahead of the Jag and of the Volkswagen. In fact, and then there's Robbo trying to defend against NCC early on. Who's going to come out on top in this battle? NCC or Robbo? NCC's just following Robbo through. It doesn't look like NCC's going to get anywhere. We remember back to Fuji, these two had a slight coming together, coming down toward the end of the lap. Don't look to be having them coming together now. In fact, NCC looks to get the drive out. That's not quite enough. Doesn't quite go down the inside there. In fact, yes, he does. NCC tries to make that move. There looks to have been contact there, but I don't think there was anything too severe. In fact, the other Volkswagens might fight in his way through to make the move at Sao and makes the move on Ninja, and here comes Melond powering up the hill in his Volkswagen versus the Jaguar. Who's going to get the extra straight line speed? Who's going to be quicker in a straight? VW or Jag? And it looks like the VW has got enough. BMW Melond has moved into 8th place down the inside, gets it under braking. M3 guys just in front in 7th. Now then, who is Raiden in 6th place? He's managed to get himself from the back of the grid to 6th. Incredible movement from Raiden, who's not holding back in this. Now then, Melond is coming down the inside of M3 guy, coming down onto this back straight into turn 4. He's made the move before they even get to the corner, and Ninja is going to try to find a way past the background. And now Squeaks is pushing Raiden up the hill. May continues to lead. Vim and G has gotten ahead of Extra Frosty. M3 guy didn't quite get in front of Ninja, though his intentions were... oh wait, hang on. No, I don't think Ninja was ahead. NCC weaving around, looking like he's going to show intentions of getting ahead of Robbo. Robbo manages just to defend in 10th place, holding on inside the top 10. Melond leads Ninja, who leads M3 guy. But at the moment, a lap for May is your race leader. Vim and G is really close to the back, with TNT making an assault into the top 3. Tries to get around the outside of Frosty. That's not enough. And in the end, Frosty holds out in 3rd place in the podium paying position early on in the race. TNT tries to get down the inside. He tries to get down the inside. That's not enough for TNT, who doesn't quite get the move. He's going to now sit in the slipstream. Now, Subaru has quite a high downforce car. We'll see if TNT's Aston has enough straight line speed to maybe make an attempt at overtaking. It looks like he has. He pulls to the outside. May's into the pits. TNT pulls to the outside of Frosty. I think he's made the move. It's difficult to tell. Yes, he has. Although Frosty fights back instantly, having the inside line. And TNT has to back out of that one. May then pitting in early on. He's the first person to pit in on lap 4. And I think he's the only one to pit in. That kind of... it's a very early stop from the Mercedes driver. Now then, Extra Frosty leading out Raiden and TNT, the two Aston Mans, and Raiden's going down the inside for a spot on the podium, and he's done it. JPS Raiden moves into 3rd place. He's ahead, and that's that. Race Day's trying to catch up to the back of, and he's down the inside on into C. Race Day's through, and the move is done, and that's 10th place now for Racer Tay, who found his way at the back of the order very early on in the race. Now sees himself in 10th. So fascinating move from Racer Tay, who's moved up into the top 10 now. Excellent positioning there from Racer Tay. Indices in 11th. In fact, that's M3 guy going around the inside, and Ninja in 3 guys made the mistake, and the Mercedes is through into 7th place. Ninja looks to be going very slow. I wonder if he's picked up a penalty. Squeaks and Melon's going around the outside of Squeaks as we head into Junsao. Touches the gravel. You can see a bit of dust gets kicked up into the final braking on the lap. You want to power yourself out the straight. Lexus versus Volkswagen. We've seen time and time again this season that Volkswagen is quick in a straight line. Is it going to be quick enough to beat the Lexus? I think it does. He pulls to the outside. Squeaks. Raiden, Frosty, Squeakers is in. Melon's going to now move up into 3rd place. Whitman G hasn't pitted in yet. The championship leader hasn't yet pitted in. We've got Ninja. We've got Robbo coming down the inside on the Ninja. On the Jaguar of Ninja. Down the inside. And the move is made into turn 1. And now flicking it through the center S. As you go round a long curved assault. It really tests the balance of your car. Ninja is going to try sticking down the inside. He's going to slipstream. He's still going to slipstream, and he's going to try and find his way past. Is he going to go down the inside? Yes, he does. Ninja makes his intentions. He tries to get down the inside. And Ninja's back through. And into 5th place goes Ninja. Robbo's just about trying to find his way back through. And instantly tries to cut back. He's coming to the inside. And there's contact. And Robbo's on the grass. And he's lost it coming up the hill. Robbo's gone, and he's in the barrier. Ninja looks to slow down to let Robbo through. Racer T slides past above. There goes May. And Racer T has made 2 positions in 1 there for free, because we're coming together between Ninja and Robbo. Crazy Buttocks gets past as well. Ninja does indeed wait for Robbo. Crazy Buttocks trying to find his way through. Raiden is coming around the lap now. Squeakers is still in 11th. He's actually jumped Raiden and Frosty in the pit lane. This could be huge for the race. Are these 2 drivers? In fact, Frosty was in fighting for the top 3. So this could be Squeaks in contention for a podium, and he goes down the inside of Raiden. Raiden's passed, and he's through. And Squeaks is ahead of Raiden is ahead of Squeakers. Crazy Buttocks in the other Lexus trying to find his way past the Volkswagen. And Robbo trying to recover from an incident. There's TNT, there's Vitman G. And in fact, that's Mellowed, who now comes on to lead this race. Racer Tay moves up into second. May's in third, however. May has already stopped. So the front two now haven't stopped. The other Volkswagen of Robbo is indeed in fourth. In fact, that's Extra Frosty trying to get past Squeaks, and now Squeaks loses 2 positions on the lap. Is Frosty going to hold it for Raiden? No, he's not. As you can see, the brake disc illuminating as we now have Frosty flying his way through. He's moved himself up into 6th. BG28 dropped behind Vitman G. Vitman has managed to get out ahead of Robbo. We've seen time and time again throughout this first half of the season that Vitman G has come out of the pits behind Robbo. On this occasion, Vitman G is ahead of Robbo, and Vitman G don't have to get past. Racer Tay looks to have a bit of a moment coming out at the top of the hill as he hunts down May, who was the championship leader after the second race, after taking his first ever IGTL victory in the Monza race. Gave him the championship lead after a disappointing round from Vitman G. Vitman G's kept it together. Racer Tay's had a mediocre start to the season. He obviously would like to forget the incident in Fuji, and in fact I think that's Crazy Buttocks going side by side with the other Lexus, and it was the 2 Lexus are swapping positions, and Crazy Buttocks loses a position. As you may have noticed, Ninja and Robbo were under investigation for their incident coming out of lap 4. It has been declared a racing incident, so no further action will take place. Crazy Buttocks getting a bit wrong coming out of Sao and now powering his way up the hill on the charge into the first corner. Vitman G now is in 4th place with Race Tay 3rd. Race Tay, like I say, would probably like to forget the crash that happened in Fuji. He took 3rd in both Monza and disappointingly took 3rd in Suzuka. Can he finally win, or is his run of podiums going to continue? We're about to find out as Extra Frosty is in 7th place, still hunting down JPS Raiden. And look who's in front of Raiden. It's now BJ Robert 28 who hasn't yet stopped. Both Raiden and Frosty have pitted in. InCC is in 12th, with 11th being M3 guy. We'll see, can Raiden find his way through on Robbo as they come up the hill. Raiden looks to set up a move to get around the outside at turn 5 at the top of the hill. Raiden tries to get around the outside. He's holding it around the outside. He's still holding it, but it's not enough. Robbo defends on the outs and the inside there. Now he defends yet again with Raiden trying to get around the outside. And now Frosty looks to have the run around the outside of Raiden. Is Frosty going to hold it to get ahead of Robbo as well? Here comes Frosty. Yeah, he does. He gets the power going 3 wide coming into this next corner. Frosty's down the inside. He makes a double overtake. Oh, there's contact and Robbo's drifting around into the corner. Raiden looks to have collided with Robbo. And now Frosty got both of them there, and this is really costing Raiden because Squeaks has just seemed to decrease that gap. Race leader Melon pits in now from the lead. May also win on his 2nd stop in 8 laps. It's really not going well. Raiden swapping positions, going up the hill. Who's going to be quicker? Aston Martin or a Volkswagen? Raiden looks to the inside. Robbo has a bit of this contact again. Coming into the pits. And I think there was contact between Robbo and Raiden, and they're actually under investigation. Unbelievable, Robbo and Raiden. In fact, Raiden loses position at Squeaks. He's now looking like he might lose position because he's lost all momentum. What has happened there between Raiden and Robbo? That looks to me like there might have been contact. Well, there obviously was contact, but why? What happened in that scenario? Now we've got TNT on the back of JPS Raiden, and I wonder if he's going to get him in this race. It's going to be interesting to find out what's going to happen. Here comes out the pits is Melon, who's just ahead of the Subaru of InCC. So now we will see what the strategy means and how this is going to shape out the race, because it looks like we've got a couple of people who might be a 2-stop. We've got a few that might be on a 1-stop as well, with Robbo, who with that botched pit stop into on lap 8. This is now on board with Frosty on lap 8, speaking of. Actually, he's already alongside Raiden, just powers it out the corner and now gets the run on Frosty. Brilliant move from him. And now behind this, actually Raiden and Robbo kicking off. This now of the pits. From that, it just looks like Robbo's trying to pit in and he's unaware of Raiden. And from Raiden, he's trying to come down the inside, but Robbo's trying to pit. And you can see Robbo going into the pit sideways, which is really not nice. And Raiden lost all momentum there now. So then TNT on the back of Raiden. Raiden's done well to charge his way up the order. TNT, his teammate for this race, as Raiden had to step in for Foxy, who couldn't make it at the last minute. And it was so last minute that Raiden didn't have a chance to put the right livery on. Here's Inticy then, charging on the back of Melon. Melon was leading, but he hadn't pitted in at the time. We'll see how Melon can shape up the race on the one-stop. The Volkswagens are looking good for a one-stop strategy this afternoon. We've got TNT then, who's going to get the better exit on the traction. Quinn Adderson Sound powering the way round into the first corner. That is the last braking zone, so you can't mess it up if you want to get the run through. We have a 3-point penalty for Robbo for aggressive blocking. That was on the lap 8 incident, just throughout the whole lap pretty much. Just didn't seem to go well, and that's going to be really detrimental to Robbo's midfield fight and seem costly for the Volkswagens. TNT, he's got Raiden just behind him. TNT's got Raiden in front of him, sorry. Inticy still trying to catch up to Melon, but it looks like Melon's starting to break away. Melon on fresher tyres than that of Inticy. So then at this point, and throughout all this, I'd not even noticed, Mess Squeakers has actually ended up in 3rd. Squeaks is now in P3 and on a podium position with the 2 Aston Martins as TNT gets the tank slapper out of turn 4 as we rise up the hill, going up and down again. We've got Raiden 4th. Squeaks is indeed in 3rd somehow after all of this, which is exceptional really for Squeaks. Now Melon's in 6th place. So we've got through the order, Vitmanji leads, Frosty 2nd, Squeaks 3rd, Raiden's 4th, TNT's 5th, Melon is 6th, 7th is Inticy, 8th place is M3 that is your top 8. So TNT then, is he going to be able to get past Raiden? Is it going to happen for him, or is he just going to miss out? We're about to find out as we come toward the back end of this race. We've got like 6 or 7 laps remaining. Racer was at the back of the order early on in the race. He's trying to charge his way through the field with Vitmanji, the championship leader, after a comfortable margin over Extra Frosty. Squeaks is still managing to hold out in 3rd, though I'm not too sure on that gap between Squeaks and Raiden. It looks like Raiden might be closing in on TNT. Speaking on Vitmanji though, however, there is another thing in the balance. If Vitmanji can pull together the fastest lap in this race, he will take the all-time record for most amount of fastest laps in the IGTL. If he can win this race, he'll also take the record for most amounts of wins. We've got the 2 Jags running just outside the top 10 in 11th and 12th. Robbo's down in 13th, 14th is crazy, and Adder seemingly non-existent again in this race. Melon's in 6th place. So then, if Vitman can win and get fastest laps, he has the record for fastest laps and the record for wins, and coincidentally he'll take the win record from Raiden if he can have it. Squeaks is in 3rd, still holding out against Raiden, however. Is Raiden going to be able to find his way into the top 3? You'd like to think that it's possible for Raiden, the champion of Season 3, when that one went all the way down to the wire between Raiden and Stig, all the way down into Le Mans. Raiden did come out on top. You've got Squeaks, who is in 3rd place then. It looks like Squeaks might just edge out Raiden, but for how much longer? The 2 Mercedes are running in 8th and 9th. It's not very good for May. It does not be going too well. We've got Vitmanji who's in again. Vitmanji's in again. Raiden's on the process. He's trying to make his move on Squeaks, and Raiden's through. JPS Raiden has moved into 3rd place. Squeaks trying to keep with him in the slipstream. Is he going to be able to jump in? In fact, both of them go into the pits. Frosty's in, Vitmanji's in, and who does that put into the lead? That's TNT, who's been put into the lead of this race. Melon has been put into 2nd for Yorkshire T Racing. A great race this has, because these two are on a one-stop strategy, I believe, or at least Melon is. I'm not 100% dead certain on TNT, and so Melon, if he can overtake TNT, can take the lead of the race. Melon having never won a race in the IGTL before. So is Melon going to be able to take the lead from TNT? He's really close onto the back of him. The Austrian is on the back of the American. Is it going to be enough as he rises up the hill? Is Melon going to try and now be thinking about making that overtake? Meanwhile, Racer-Tay's on the back of May for 5th place. Is Racer-Tay doing incredibly well after falling to the back after an incident at the beginning of the race. Raiden's in 9th. 8th place is Squeaks, just edging him out, however. So then Inticy also in the pits. I'll push Robbo into the top. into the top 10. I think Squeaks tapped the barrier on the second apex of turn 4, or the second part of turn 4, and now Raiden's through and he's been done around the outside. Raiden gets around the outside of Squeaks at turn 5. Incredible move from Raiden. Squeaks just didn't put up as much a fight as Robbo did. However, Robbo did get penalised for putting up such a fight. Hobo Fraggins is now in his 7th and he's holding his way inside the top 10. The Lexus is doing really well in 9th place. He was up into 3rd at the moment. The other Lexus, Crazy Buttock, seems to be struggling at the back of the pack. TNT's 2nd, Racer T's 4th, 5th is May, and now TNT's actually in the pits, so that has allowed Melon to take the lead of this race coming into the final 4 laps of the race now. Racer T, despite it all, has come through on the podium. Vitmanji does currently hold the fastest lap. Is Racer T got anything he can do about it? It doesn't look to happen. He's got to edge out May. If Racer T wants this podium, Raiden's in 6th place now. So Fraggins comes into the pits. This moves Robbo into 8th place, it looks like, unless where does TNT come out of the pits. 8th place then, Robbo coming through the centre S and into the Curva de Sol. Now Raiden in 6th. Who is going to win this race? Melon looks to just edge out Vitmanji. Racer T is in 3rd place. In fact, TNT comes out behind Squeakers. So Squeakers in the final 4 laps of this race now has to hold off against TNT for 7th place. Whereas meanwhile, Robbo's behind in 9th. We'll see if Robbo can catch up to this battle and maybe overtake TNT. However, with TNT on fresher tyres than both Squeakers and Robbo, I can't see that being a possibility. So TNT tries to get around the outside. It looks like Squeaks might have cut the corner there to defend so drastically that Squeaks might have actually had to cut the corner. That could be problematic. And indeed, I don't think that's really been detrimental to the gap between TNT and Robbo. I'm sure TNT is going to want to clear Squeaks as soon as he can. We've got Robbo now kicking around, and NCC might actually be gaining on Robbo, but we're not 100% sure on that at the moment. It is TNT trying to catch up to Squeakers coming up the hill. The Lexus and the Aston Martin of Foxy Old Farts Racing. Is it going to be enough? However, it's only TNT at the moment. So then, there's yellow flags being waved. That's Ada getting out of the way, being lapped. Ada being Racer T's teammate. Vitmanji 2nd place and trying everything he can. The championship leader trying everything he's got to get close enough to overtake the man in the lead, the Austrian Melon. But at the same time, TNT's all over the back of Squeakers. NCC's trying to decrease that gap, and it looks like he might be. Is M3 guy going to be in a position to crack himself inside the top 10? We're about to find out. Here's TNT then in the solution, falling through down into turn 4. Does TNT go for under braking? No, he doesn't. He holds back and he waits. Coming out of turn 4, if he can get the exit, we've seen a couple of people, mainly Raiden, trying to get around the outside at turn 5. It's not the most advised overtaking location. In fact, I think that's TNT trying to get down the inside. Not quite. It's not quite enough at the moment. And TNT is on the back of Squeakers to the point it's getting very close now. Is Squeaks just going to edge out TNT? More yellow flags, but I think that might just be Ada again. And yes, it is. As we can see, there's TNT going down the inside on Squeakers. TNT gets down the inside into 7th place. TNT, the American, has moved himself ahead on Miss Squeakers. And Squeaks drops down to 8th into the final 2 laps. Is it going to be enough for Squeaks to catch up and re-overtake TNT? It's a cracking battle we're seeing here at the back end of this race with TNT versus Squeakers for 7th place. Vital points in this championship with Squeaks and TNT both being in that sort of really tight midfield battle at the moment. Now then, NTC still trying to get in on Robin. The gap has decreased severely, and 3 guys a long way back, so it doesn't look like he's going to get inside the top 10. But the gap has come down quite considerably from Robbo and NCC. In fact, that's Squeakers and TNT going side by side through the Curva de Sol onto the back straight. And TNT has fallen. Squeaks is through, coming into turn 4. Now is TNT going to have a look down the inside? Is he going to sniff an opportunity? No, he's not. TNT does not go for that move. Robbo is still trying to wedge out NCC, but that gap is ever closing. NCC reeling in Robbo like a fish at an alarming rate. So then NCC still trying to gain. That gap is very close. It looks to me about half a second, if that. And NCC Is there an opportunity for an overtake on this penultimate lap to this Brazilian race here in the IGTL before I believe we jet off to Austria for the Red Bull Ring? Now then, Robbo is still edging out with Intisi, and look at the gap, it's almost non-existent. All the while, race day third. Melon has just begun the final lap of this race, and he looks to be controlling it beautifully. The one-stop strategy has put him into a right good position to put him into the lead and possibly to win here at Interlagos to get his first ever win. Squeaks still trying to catch up to TNT. Robbo is only just edging out Intisi. That gap is becoming less and less and less, and now as we head on to the final lap, it looks like Intisi might be sniffing out an opportunity to overtake Robbo. Robbo has been penalised already, so we'll be losing 3 points from his tally that he scores coming into this race. And now comes Sissy. Is it going to be enough? Under braking into the first corner, he's too far back at the moment. He's not managed to get the overtake done. Subaru versus Volkswagen, an American versus a Brit coming out of Coda. So he's going to have the better run. It looks like it's going to be Sissy. He's trying to make the move now. Is it going to be enough? Is it going to be enough? Coming down into the back straight and around the outside. Does he know? He bides his time and waits out of turn 4 and into this corner now. I'm not too sure on his name. Where's Robert? There's Robert. In fact, he's through. He's through coming out of turn 4 and on the straight powers the way up the hill. Squeaks serving a penalty that he must have received. Robert has actually managed to lose a position, and now he's probably going to be able to get that position back. I don't think he will, as Melon looks to be coming round toward the end of the lap to win here at Interlagos. Your winner, I believe, is going to be for the first time in the IGTL. Crack out the Yorkshire Gold, because your winner, Melon, wins in Interlagos. Vitman G comes home in second. Racete managing to pull back an incredible recovery drive to third place. May ends up in 4th place. Raiden, in his race out of retirement, comes 5th, or does he? Because he's going side by side with Extra Frosty. It's a photo finish, and Raiden only just in 5th place. 6th is Frosty, 7th is TNT, and in 8th place is going to be Mesqueakers, who looks to just edge out Intisi, with Robbo in 10th place, it looks like. So Robbo rounding out the top 10 and punting Sissy a bit there. M3 Guy 11th, 12th Ninja, 13th Hobo, 14th Crazy Buttocks, and 15th is Ada. And your winner, it's his first win in the IGTL, is the Austrian Melon, and Yorkshire Tea is also a winner here in the IGTL. What a cracking race this was. And now with that then, let's take a look at the championship standings halfway through the season. Vitman G holds a 19-point lead over May. Racete holding out in 3rd. As for the constructors, it's actually Vitman G who leads the constructors. The Extra Sissy Racing is in 2nd, and in 3rd place is Last to Last Racing with May and M3 Guy. So with that then, we'll see you at Maggiore. Goodbye.